Oh, to have been a fly on that wall in 1909 when firearm and typewriter magnate Lyman Cornelius Smith of Syracuse, New York, proposed building a 14-story skyscraper in Seattle. His son Burns, 29, must have nodded patiently before dropping an inspired bombshell. "Let's supersize it," urged the younger Smith. Here, of course, we paraphrase. What better promotion for a maker of office machines, he reportedly said, than a record-breaking office building? Rivaling Manhattan's Singer, Metropolitan, Woolworth buildings, then the world's tallest, would be front-page news nationwide. What's more, Burns reminded his father that speculator John Hogue had already begun planning his own 18-story high-rise. A significantly taller Smith column might thumb its nose at Hogue's lesser stack for years to come. Fiercely competitive, Lyman Smith gave a hearty thumbs up. From the get-go, the Smiths applied their powers of persuasion, Lyman dazzling the city council with grand visions. The council formally resolved that city government buildings would remain within a 4-block radius of the Smith property, clinching its central location and future relevance. A supportive Mayor Hiram Gill made sure that building permits were quickly granted. A Syracuse architectural firm, Gaggins & Gaggins, completed plans for the $1.5 million steel and concrete edifice, a 21-floor base topped by a 14-floor tower and pyramidal cone that claimed its builders, 7 additional, if improbable, floors for a fishtail total of 42 stories. On November 5th, 1910, before construction began, the 60-year-old elder Smith died unexpectedly after a short illness. A Seattle Times obituary lauded his quick insight into the heart of things and investment of 1/3 of his fortune in the future possibilities and present desirability of this city. His structure climbed to the sky. Crowds of admiring Seattleites, dubbed sidewalk superintendents, gaped upward, marveling at cowboys of the air who attached glazed terracotta panels. A local doctor warned that neck injuries might increase. Wags competed to name potential ailments, top contenders crichitis, stretchitis, and rubberosis. Come Dedication Day, July 3rd, 1914, Burns Smith welcomed thousands to his cloud cleaver at 522 feet, the tallest in the West. The gleaming white pile, said the Times, represented the confidence which typifies Seattle's spirit and growth. At its crest, an 8-foot-wide globe of glass and bronze flashed the hour and quarter hour in red, white, and blue. Mariners approaching across Puget Sound proclaimed the newly minted icon a beacon to the world. Although it's dwarfed today by modern giants, can anyone say that the Smith Tower, having just marked its 110th anniversary, has lost any of its opening luster? In our first then photo, climbing to the roof of the nearby Mason building, photographer Earl Depew recorded this north-facing portrait of a nearly completed Smith Tower in spring 1914. Local wits occasionally called its conical top a dunce cap. Our second then photo consists of an alarming detail from our main then photo. Cowboys of the air fearlessly traverse the surface of the Smith Tower's cone without visible safety harnesses. Remarkably, no deaths and few injuries were reported during construction. Our third then photo is a portrait of gun and typewriter magnate Lyman C. Smith, whose canny 1890 Seattle realty purchase, including the future Smith Tower site, was one of the largest of its time. Now, on 2nd Avenue South, this view is captured with the aid of my 20-foot extension pole. Smith Tower remained the tallest building in Seattle until eclipsed by the Space Needle in 1962. Today's Seattle City Hall at 4th and James is only a stone's throw from the tower.
Usually you might see her bring her dogs out and walk them around one. She's in that first door? Yeah, right here, yeah. You'll see that first door. Thank you. Just let her know. Hey,